You know, sometimes if you watch the news, I don't make a habit of doing it these days, but if you do watch the news, on some news programs, they've got a novelty item, which they usually have right at the end of the news, like a dog that rescued a drowning kitten or something like that. Well, what I'm about to tell you right now is the Hatman Strikes Back equivalent of that. Andre Berto has thrown his hat into the ring for the winner of the fight that's not going to happen for the foreseeable future between Golovkin and Canelo. Yeah, that's what Andre Berto's done. He said, whoever wins that fight, I'll take the winner. I fought at 160 in the amateurs, so moving up that high won't be that bad for me. To be honest with you, I don't think Andre Berto's joking. I think he would take the fight. His stablemate, Amir Khan, just took that type of fight, got knocked out, and Berto would have seen that Khan earned a whole heap of money from that fight. And Berto wants that type of payday too. He had the Floyd payday, he liked it. He wants another payday like that. Berto is quite candid in this article, which I'll leave a link to in the description below. He says, look, I'll take that fight because it's going to pay that money. So, you know, Andre Berto's not joking. He really would take it. He wouldn't last more than a couple rounds with either of those guys. But it is what it is. So, is there anyone out there who would actually like to see this fight? I doubt it, but you never know. And if Berto ain't going to get a fight like that, which he undoubtedly is. In fact, no, let me not even put it past Canelo Alvarez to take on Andre Berto. But if that don't happen, are you interested in seeing Berto fight anybody else? Berto Khan anybody? Crossroads fight? Maybe. Although they're both trained by the same trainer, so that's almost impossible. Likely never going to happen. But, you know, as a theoretical fight, that could be interesting. Who else is there out there for Andre Berto? Devon Alexander? Hopefully they don't get Berto in there with Kell Brook. That'd be terrible. Berto, Danny Garcia? I don't know. If you want to see Andre Berto fight anybody, let me know. And oh yeah, on that whole thing about Berto fighting at 160 in the amateurs, this is something that I've told people many, many times over. Most professional fighters turn pro at a lighter weight than they fight in the amateurs. You know, this was something which people with a certain agenda were using to criticize Andre Ward for not stepping up to light heavyweight before now. They were saying, oh, he fought at light heavyweight in the amateurs. Why can't he fight at light heavyweight now? Turns pro at super middleweight. What? When he turned pro and was fighting at super middleweight, Kovalev wasn't even on the scene. And you're acting as though he turned pro at super middleweight to avoid fighting Kovalev. Some joke business. He turned pro at super middleweight because in amateur boxing, very often, particularly when you're in tournaments, you're weighing in on the day of the fight. Therefore, you can't dehydrate down to a lower weight. In professional boxing, you can. That's why people like Andre Berto in the amateurs, they fight at 160. When they turn pro, they're getting themselves down to 147. Same with Sean Porter. Same with Tim Bradley. Same with countless other fighters. Okay, there is some fighters who do the opposite, but more often than not, they turn pro at a lighter weight than they were in the amateurs. Tony Bellew, another example. In the amateurs, he was a heavyweight. He weighed 200 pounds. When he turned pro, 175 pounds. It's common, right? Standard. Anyway, little rant over. It's your boy Hatman, I'm out.